Matt Lucas and Paul Rudd,
Yeah.
who are huge fans of yours, introduced you on stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe their careers are going quite well still.
This is Sarah Champion for Absolute Radio. We are backstage at the Isle of Wight Festival, and fresh from the main stage are the Proclaimers. How was that for you?
I don't know if we're fresh, but it was very good. No, we're
bit sweaty, truth be told.
But it was a very good, enjoyable afternoon, and the crowd seemed to enjoy it, so it went well.
I saw you on the golf buggy as you were leaving. You had the biggest smiles on
Fantastic.
your faces.
I said to someone that they must put them in for the Americans because they don't like walking 100 metres. You know?
We were actually laughing at the drummer because he started the wrong song twice.
No!
He did the wrong count in twice, but we all laughed about it later on, so that's why we're still laughing.
And I bet no one noticed. You will have noticed.
You
But
noticed, yeah.
all the fun of the festival. You definitely win the award for biggest crowd sing-along of the festival. What's that like when you've got a crowd full of thousands singing your song
It's
back at
very gratifying, and it's most of the people out there, hardly any of the people out there probably were even born when the records were made, or if they were small, they were young. So to still have people singing your songs back at you at our age is fantastic.
A festival moment, and I'm going to call it that for me, was a few years ago now, V Festival, and you were playing there. And you did a little session for us backstage. It was a while back now.
Yeah,
Essex.
remember.
Essex,
Essex.
yeah, Chelmsford. Matt Lucas and Paul Rudd,
Yeah.
who are huge fans of yours, introduced you on stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe their careers are going quite well still. And, generally, if
Only
it touches
Ant-Man.
us, it goes under. But Matt's still doing well. I believe Mr. Rudd still does quite well. Yeah. Yes.
I hear he's doing all right.
I think so.
Was that a bit of a moment for you? Do you
Very much. I mean, funnily enough, we'd known Matt for many years. He'd come along to lots of shows, but I hadn't really met Paul Rudd. But then the next time we played Los Angeles, little club, and he came along and stood in line and bought T-shirts.
Yeah.
Stood in line.
Yeah.
He's a proper
Oh,
fan.
he's all right. He's great.
You didn't think about inviting him on stage for a little sing-along?
Well, we wouldn't want to be upstaged.
That's fair. That's fair. Any other festival moments for you that have really stood out over the years?
I mean, every festival's slightly different. It's always good to get a reasonable day. It's probably better having a day like this when you're playing than the real hard sunshine.
Yesterday was
But
tough.
we've done a few where it's been pouring down, and that puts a bit of a dampener on it. But you try to lift everybody then.
Yes, that kind of makes you up your game a bit, I imagine. Actually, talking about your celebrity fans, I remember going to the Sunshine on Leith premiere, which, by the way, is fantastic. What a lovely film. I was sat next to David Tennant,
Yes.
who, again, is a huge fan and
Yes.
absolutely was singing along the whole way through.
Yes, I think he bought the records when he was a kid. Again, he's a lot younger than us, but I think he saw us on the Tube, the TV show, before we even signed a deal. So he's a long-term fan.
And are you going to be sticking around today for the festival?
Well, we're sitting around for a couple of hours. We've got to get the ferry back, and we're back up to Edinburgh tomorrow. So, but yeah, we'll try to see a couple of things before we go.
I was going to ask you about maybe Paul Heaton, because obviously you've got a bit of history there.
Yes, we do. And Paul got us on the House Martins tour at the end of 1986 that got us a
was
record
your first
deal.
tour,
So
wasn't it?
the first British tour, and he's great. And we're going to be doing a couple of shows with him and Jackie in the north of England, big shows in the next few weeks. So we're looking forward to. We saw Jackie earlier on, maybe see Paul today, but if we don't, we'll see them at those shows.
Oh, lovely stuff. And speaking of shows, this is hot off the press that Scotland could be hosting Eurovision. Now, I don't know if you're Eurovision fans, how you
Not the
feel
biggest
about this.
Eurovision fan. I'll be very happy for it.
I'll watch it, yeah.
I'd be very happy if Scotland gets it. Obviously, it's with circumstances where perhaps Ukraine couldn't host it.
Sure.
But if we can't beat them at the football, we can maybe beat them at the Eurovision. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I love it. And if that were to happen and say, it's in Edinburgh, I mean, could you be talked into being the interval act, do you think?
Let's see nearer the time.
Yeah, you'd have to be invited first. I'm
Yes,
not
that's right.
sure
That's
we'd get
right.
invited.
Hey, I just saw the crowd out there. I'm sure you can do it at Eurovision. Listen, I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very much,
so
Sarah.
much for joining us.
Thank
It's
you.
lovely to see you.
Thank you.